From the footballgameplan.com, where football makes sense, I'm Emery Hunt, the czar of the playbook, bring you our preview of the 101st Grey Cup Championship game between the Saskatchewan Roughriders and the Hamilton Ticats. Now let's take a look at some keys to victory for both teams, starting with the Riders. Last week, Saskatchewan's offense looked just like the offense we saw very early in the season. The Riders were balanced and they protected the ball very well. This week versus Hamilton, the opportunities for this offense, once again, as it has been the two times they've met this season, is in the running game. The first two matchups, the Riders owned the line of scrimmage and Sheets was able to have a lot of success, and they also kept Darren Durant clean in the pocket as well. Defensively, it's all about contain when you're facing the Ticats. They do a great job at attacking the perimeter. They have a lot of speed. They can take it the distance. So they have to, number one, keep Henry Burris bottled up in that pocket and also make sure they don't allow that running game to get outside the tackle box. So you don't want to have C.J. Gable or Siobhan Walker get to the outside and get to the perimeter because they can make one miss and take it the distance. Now let's move over to the Ticats in this ball game, and I'm a big fan of their passing game. They have big physical wide receivers, guys that can go up and make the play on a contested ball. That's Andy Fantuz, who's returning to Saskatchewan. Also guys like Andre Jones. They can make those plays that can help out a quarterback. And I think that's the advantage they have over that secondary of Saskatchewan. They can be aggressive and going up top deep down the field to make some big plays very early in this game, and that would also loosen up that box. That would allow C.J. Gable and Siobhan Walker to do damage underneath. So I think they do have to go vertically early and underneath late to have some success. Great job defensively in the second half by the Ticats of the East Finals, shutting out the Argos offense. And this week versus Saskatchewan, the biggest challenge for this defense is constant throughout the course of the ball game, and that's slowing down Corey Sheets in that ground game. And you have to get physical with those Riders wide receivers, Dressler, Todd Smith, Chris Getzlaff. You can't allow these guys to run free on those crossers, otherwise they can do a lot of damage to your defense in the passing game. So you have to get hands on these receivers if you want to have some success. The X factor for the Riders will be their secondary. Deep down the field, they're going to have to play above the rim and win those 50-50 balls to get some pass breakups or maybe even a turnover. And in the short to intermediate passing game, they're going to have to make those plays in space to get those guys on the ground. If they can have some success, it goes a long way in helping the Riders win this ball game. The X factor in this game for the Ticats will be that offensive line and pass protection. Two things they have to accomplish this game versus Saskatchewan. They have to be able to pick up the blitz, and they have to be able to recognize the stunts, and they definitely have to keep Henry Burris well protected in the pocket. That's something that they haven't done the two times they've played this season. So the offensive line definitely has to bring their A game in order for the Ticats to win the Grey Cup. Now here are some coaching points for both teams in this ball game. For the Ticats, you want to jam and pass on those crossers. You don't want to play man and follow a crosser all the way across the field. That's how you get burned. That's how you find yourself in a bad situation. So get a good bump and pass that guy off in coverage. You want to move Durant off the spot. So I look for a lot of A gap and B gap pressure. Get him to belly out that pocket so that way you shrink the field for him, and that way you can make a play on the ball. And on offense, I would play small ball like I mentioned before. Get the ball in the hands of Siobhan Walker, C.J. Gable, Fantuz, Jageri, and also a guy in Andre Jones. Get them the football quickly and let them make one miss so that way they can take it the distance so you can dink and dunk your way down the field versus Saskatchewan. And for the Riders, you see the key word is protection. They have to protect the perimeter on defense. We've talked about this before and throughout the video. They can't allow Walker and Gable to get to the outside or Burris, and they have to make plays one-on-one in space versus those bigger wide receivers. And they also have to protect the football. When they don't turn the ball over, Saskatchewan is the toughest team to beat in the CFL. When they turn the ball over, you can blow them out. So they have to protect the ball in order to have a chance. And they have to protect the end zone. Hamilton is one of the best red zone offenses in the league. Protect the end zone, force threes instead of sevens, and you can find yourself winning the Grey Cup at home. I like Saskatchewan in this ballgame. The Rough Riders are the most balanced football team in the CFL. They can beat you on the ground with Sheets. They can attack you in every quadrant of the field throwing the football with guys in Weston, Dressler, and Todd Smith. And defensively, they can really get after the quarterback and play excellent pass coverage. So I look for a well-rounded victory for the Rough Riders at home, bringing home the 101st Grey Cup trophy. And I also want to give a huge shout out to Rider fan forums and Ticat fan forums for always showing football game plan support.